let's have a cold open. That wasn't what I wanted. So yes, fighting. Oops, that wasn't what I wanted. Oh, that was close. Fighting Skeletron once again. And I'll start off just by throwing out a bunch of spiky balls. This time I'm going to go for the head a lot more often. Let's duck down around and we'll throw in, sorry, not head, go for the hands a lot more often. Oops. And with B-nades, ooh, they're quite effective. Let us change. Oops. No. I feel a bit slow. However, we're almost done on both hands now. Oops, there we go, we've killed off one hand, which means now we get skulls. And both hands are done. Oops. Now the skulls are the bit where I tend to struggle. Oops. It's not something I've had a lot of practice with. So yeah. However, with the bees I am hopeful that I can get a whole lot more damage done in. Something that you probably haven't noticed just yet, but I did fight Queen Bee a couple more times to get the Beekeeper as an upgrade sword. So we have a little bit more damage on melee, although I won't be using a lot of melee for this fight, since with Skeletron it is best to keep your distance, as it may be. Not doing too badly so far. Haven't gotten caught in the head yet, although getting caught in the skulls a little. Here we go. And really the trick is here to just send out as many bees as possible and let them do all the work. And just focus on dodging. Dodging the skulls, dodging Skeleton himself, and especially dodging the attack where he, oops, comes at you spinning. Actually, we're doing quite well, really. Look, he's already down to just triple digits on health. And we're still got a fair bit of health left on us. There we go. All done. That is probably actually the easiest Skeletron fight I've ever had. And it's only the second time I've defeated him on Expert. It really is incredible the power of bees against Skeletron. So yes, welcome back to the next video. I hope you've been doing well, and having just defeated Skeletron, I think it's time that we head down and explore the dungeon. So you'll see that the zombies are still wearing costumes, and here we have a raven, which means that it is the Halloween event in Terraria. I thought it would probably be best to do some recording in October, but then I got busy, so instead I've just changed the date on my computer. I'll change it back. I do love the costumes on the floating eyes in particular, the demon eyes, especially the owl costume, just looks so great. Now, if we continue down, let's see what we'll find. I'll have to be careful of traps. I don't think I have any, I don't have a switch with me at the moment. That's okay. Here we go. We'll take this one. So, little trick before you get to the mechanic and whatnot, and all the tools that let you see wires passively. If you just hold a switch, then you can see traps, and it helps if, as well as seeing traps, you actually avoid them. One of the great things about the Beekeeper's Sword is that it does give confusion, which when you're dealing with hordes of enemies, very useful. Oh dear. And that's why we need to be careful of the cracked bricks. Hold on, I do want to kill this dungeon slime, because they have a guaranteed drop of a golden key. As you can see in the horde scenario, having confusion really helps keep some of those enemies just that little bit more distant, giving you a chance to recover. Ooh, thank goodness I didn't fall down there. What have we got? Cloth here. Of course, that must mean that it's daytime. What don't we need? Rope could still be useful. We can stick the Bazora away. What else can we put away? We'll stick away Ball of Hurt. So yes, as you can see, I've fought Queen Bee a few times. I think I had to defeat her 4 more times before I got a Beekeeper. Maybe it was only 3 more times. And here we have the mechanic. Excellent. We'll quickly purchase a wrench, wire cutters, more importantly. We don't need the switch anymore. What have we got? There's a few new things in here. Half a second timer. That's a new timer. And the quarter-second timer, also a new timer. And what's this? Oops, mechanics rug. I didn't mean to purchase that. We can have a look at it later. And return to shopping. Mechanical ruler. I'll purchase it at some point. And a mechanical lens. could be useful, but not right now, I don't think. Unless it works when it's just in your inventory. Anyway, I've got the gold, so... Oops. I might as well get it before the mechanic dies, so we can get rid of some gel. And yes, so I should be able to see wires now. Anyway, just head up here and collect this goodie bag. Oh, we haven't opened up the treasure bag yet. We'll do that later. Yeah, I can always get more mushrooms. Let us continue exploring. Whoops. Sometimes wiring can fool you. Oops. I should have paid more attention to my health. So, returning back to the dungeon, and what I'm looking for in this hunt through the dungeon is exactly what I've just found. So, I want a cobalt shield to grant immunity to knockback. I can then combine that with the obsidian skull, of course, to get the obsidian shield. That's one of the big things I've been hunting for. In fact, I might not equip it just yet. I don't think it's quite that necessary. The other things I've been looking for, the mechanic obviously, which we have already found. Particularly looking for the Murmasa, so that I can construct the Terrablade. And hunting for any biome chests. So I want to map out the dungeon, and any biome chests I find, put a little marker, so that come post Plantera, when we can unlock them, they're easy to find, so I can just head straight for them rather than having to hunt through the dungeon, which at that time will be significantly more dangerous. What have we got in here? A magic missile. It's not usually my favourite. Not usually my favourite weapon, but it does have its uses. For example, no. I don't believe I have a tally counter yet. That mixes with the radar and the GPS, doesn't... No. No, hang on, that mixes with the radar and the life form analyzer. There we go. We'll mix that to make the wreck. And we'll make the obsidian shield. And that'll free up some more spaces in our inventory. And I'll have to check the grand plan, I think. The grand design requires a ruler, multicolor wrench. I'll have to buy some more wrenches. Something like that. It's just useful to have, and because it combines all of your wire things into one inventory slot. Ooh. Ooh, that was close. Well, here we have a couple of alchemy tables. I'll take one of those. And I would like to find a bewitching table as well while I'm down here. Oh my. And here we have the jungle chest. So now that's marked out. We can come back to it later. What have we got in here? We've got the Mimasa. Excellent. Next question. What don't we need? That is an interesting question. Here we go. We don't need these. We've got plenty at home, and we can always make our own. Not only that, but I use healing potions these days anyway. So take the Mimasa and put it in the empty slot that has now been filled. I don't think we really need silver bars. It's probably rope that got taken up. And a Clothier voodoo doll. I'll also take one of those just in case I want to refight Skeletron. Although Skeletron isn't one of those bosses I tend to refight. Here we go. It's the ice biome chest. Which means that we're just after one more, the corruption chest. Whee! Can't do that. Well, obviously it can. Somehow I feel like that's cheating. Just flying across the wall, across the room. If I look at the map, what have we got up here? That's the hallowed chest. This is the ice chest, and I'm sure that was the... No, that's the corruption chest. Okay, so I've mislabeled the corruption chest, and here is the jungle chest. So this one is the jungle chest, and I've spotted just over here, oops, bad time to do that. Just up here, there appears to be a desert chest, which is a new one. Let this thing pass, and then and that will do for now. So let's just check and see that we got everything that we need. We got the cobalt shield to make the obsidian shield. And we should have a Mimasa somewhere. Yep, we got a couple more Mimasas, so that's good. And we also got a bewitching table. I don't have it with me right now. And an alchemy table. And we got a shadow key. So I think that's the major things we needed to pick up from the dungeon while we were down there. We found the mechanic, and she's still down there. We'll need to build a house for her at some point. And we also found the hallowed ice, corrupt, jungle and desert biome chests. Still a little bit to explore in the dungeon, but I don't think we really need to do so. There's not much left that we need to fetch from the dungeon. I'll cut out most of the exploring because there's a lot of me dying in there and running backwards and forwards. Dungeon... The cracked bricks in the dungeon make it pretty interesting, especially when combined with these pitfalls. After a while you do learn to dodge them when you fall into them, but they are interesting and give another element to the dungeon. So that was pretty fun. And now all that's really left is to open up the Skeletron treasure bag and see what we got. Okay, then we got a Skeletron hand, which is a pet, I believe. Where's our... Oh no, it's a hook. But it's only got 2 hooks, and our slime hook has 3, so I'll stick with the slime hook for now. We also got a bone glove. And is that all that we got? I think it is. Oh well, until next time. Have fun.